Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tai Chi For You. This past, this past weekend, I had a chance to go to, it was in Marlborough. It was one of the largest health and wellness shows, Living Earth Expo. And it's probably, without a doubt, one of the biggest ones on the East Coast. And this one, I actually had the privilege of presenting last year a Tai Chi demonstration. So this year, as I'm kind of winding down things, I opted out and just sort of, if you were there Sunday morning early in the hotel lobby, we sort of did a impromptu little Tai Chi class. So it was a lot of fun seeing some old friends, new people that I met. And again, that's we'll be seeing an increase. I already have with the likes and the follows on the page from Virginia, more in Rhode Island, Taunton. Who else am I forgetting? Ohio. There's quite a few people that I met, and that had some knowledge of Tai Chi, or was just excited to talk about Tai Chi. They wanted to learn more about it, and worked on some things that they needed. They had questions on. So a little bit of a tickle in the throat, but I'm working on it with my tea, and I actually have some honey that I got from the show as well in there. So with all that energy, I guess, going on, I really kind of move things around a little bit. And I do feel energized. It's just a little bit in the throat, maybe from being outside. It's been windy. The weather's been nice, a little bit warmer up here in New England, but winter's coming. Enjoy this nice weather. Get out while you can. Now, the thing I wanted to talk mostly about tonight is the idea of doing Tai Chi in a chair. And that's for whatever reason. If it's, you're brand new and you just want to check it out, you can watch a little and do a little bit in your chair. Or, maybe you're in a predicament right now that you're in a wheelchair, and it's just is what it is. You'll get through it, and this is some of the exercises that you can do. So with that being said, let me put my tea down. Let me grab my prop. We have a chair. Just that the stool will be a little bit maybe too high. Now, you want to try to sit a little bit on the front of it, because we still want to keep our posture. And the posture we talk about is that elongating the spine, keeping the arms relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. And let's just do our head to toe warm up first, where we're just circling the head. And we talk about how important the breath is. We don't want to hold our breath. And we talked about this last week. It doesn't have to be circles. One of my students, the doctor didn't want her doing circles. So she went back and asked them, how about just a side to side or an up and down? So you can, again, the breath in, breath out. And then when we do the shoulders, we just sort of that rowing motion. And I got some new exercises tonight we're going to do. But I want to do our head to toe warming up. Just like that. Circle. And the idea, too, is to not be in a rush. Do opposite at a time. So the idea is, again, not to be in a rush. What we're trying to do is unstuck anything. And this is a a physical unstuck or a mental something's bugging you and it's just stuck in your head. And we do that by moving the chi, making sure all the channels, and a lot of information you can get. Again, you can Google it. That idea, it's called TCM, Traditional Chinese Medicine. So you could do it, maybe an example, TCM for diabetes. And it might show you some specific exercises to do. It might give you a blend of teas to try. It might give you some acupressure points that help with, again, getting the chi moving. Again, movement is a medication. So any ailment you want to try it. Put in anything for, I don't know, a sore back, anything, and you'll get something with the traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, we're going to do our hips. So don't think you're in a chair, you can't do it. You can put your hands on, if it has arms, or just rest them on your kneecaps. But we're just circling. And we're trying to draw in, focus in, feel the hips, feel that, maybe that tightness, what's going on in there. And you might just stop for, again, that connection, that mind-body connection is what we're looking for. With the knees, it can be as simple as just rubbing the knee area above the kneecap and below the kneecap, and just circle that as well. And remember, we talked about that 3-mile point where you measure down with your 3 fingers, that point right below the knee. You want to massage, I don't want to say vigorously, but firmly, and get that whole area on the sides around. And this was done, again, the ancient stories where they would walk from town to town and they'd get tired and they'd stop and they had 3 more miles to go. So they would do a little bit of work on themselves, and that would give them the stamina, the energy to get that last bit of the journey. And lastly, let's just do some ankles. Okay, we can see them. We're just circling the ankles. So we're lifting up a little bit, depending on your chair height too, but you want to get some movement, or try it straight out. And we can do it. I have one of my students that is actually in a wheelchair, and if I tell you, nothing stops him. He can do this. He actually gets both feet out, and nobody else can do this unless you're sitting down. Look at that. 3, 2, 1. All right. So the idea, again, we talk about chi a lot, and chi is energy. I don't know any other way to explain it. Life force. There's different words, and don't get hung up on terminology. Is my big thing. I mean, I watch a lot of instructional videos on YouTube, or people send me them or whatever. But so I listen to a lot, and some of them are very deep. But when I break it down, he'll have a great explanation about the energy channels and the different forms and all. I'm just like, we're just warming it up. But it's, so whatever we're doing it right. And I love sort of confirming that with different people that we're on the right track with what we're teaching you. So, and you need a little bit more tea. So the first thing, let's talk a little bit about earth chi. And what the idea with this one is, with the feet together, So there's that connection. And we've talked before. I can go so deep with each move that once in a while I will go a little bit, but when we know we're in mountain, we should have our feet touching, either just ankle or the toes or both if you can. Sitting down, some people have a little trouble balancing standing up, having their feet straight together, but sitting down we can do it pretty easy. So again, what we're going to do this time is, you can think of it as just a straight out exercise, none of this energy stuff, but we're connecting to the chi of the earth right here, just like this. And we visualize, we're drawing up the energy. And if you can do it with a complete breath all the way in and that push down. So it's again, that connection, that gathering. And with this one, visualize like a golden white light coming up and being pushed down, looking for anything that's stuck and pushing it out and getting rid of it. So we're going to do 5. So this is the third one. Keeping the back straight. So there's a lot of things to remember with this one. The biggest one is slow and controlled. A nice breath in, and we'll breathe in all the way to the top if you can. And then exhale, going all the way down. 4, make this the last one. So you can see it's simple. You don't, make sure you got enough room when if you're in your house, you're not knocking on a bookcase or anything like that. But the goal is slow and calm. The next one is we're going to visualize using a golden light. And with this one, the legs are just spread a little bit more apart. And we're pulling up that golden light and bringing it down the front. So it's more of that brushing, and similar to we did the 500 claps, or tapping is another form of that one. So there's that golden light coming up. So we gather, bring it up, and out. So the breath work is breath in as we come up, and the breath work is out as we go down. Good. And the third one, we're going to use green light. This is the idea, and you've seen some of this move. It looks similar to some of the other Qigong moves that we do. But the idea is to have a hand on the back with the palm facing outward. So there's that firmness to the back. And the idea is the legs are apart. We're going to use this to scoop and then wave with the palm facing outward. And this was that leaf blows in the wind with the idea of the palm facing outward, coming across. So, breath in. Breath out. And again, if your shoulder's a little on the sore side, do what you can with it. That's all that we ask, is you just do what you can. And then what we do is we switch hands. So there's that connection to that lower back. And we're going to come across Scoop, palm facing across the front and down. Is that scooping? So the breath in comes across, breath out. And comes across. Good. So hopefully, again, having the intention and visualization, we're stimulating the meridians and the different energy points in the body as well. We're opening up channels. We're getting that chi so it's flowing. And this also, again, with traditional Chinese medicine, it's affecting the liver and the gallbladder. So there's all this connection to the internal parts of the body, and again, that's where some of the disease is. So if you supplement this with any physical therapy or doctor's care, things like that, the idea of just movement, okay, as well as the intention. So those are the two big things. Now, we have done the one before, and I know I've shown you. It's called Polish the Mirror, and it's a very simple move. It's a circular move, and again with the breath work as well. We're just bringing it up, down, 4, 5, and go in the opposite direction. So with Tai Chi, a lot of it is balance. And don't think of it as just, physical balance. We're balancing both sides of the brain, both internally and externally, the body, that spirit, the physical body, the energetic body, and you start to build chi, build the energy. This new move is similar. It's basically Polish the Mirror, but it's done palms down, and it's called polishing the pearl. So your hand is on a giant pearl, and we're just circling that. Again, with our breath work, and you could reach out and come back in. Reach out, come back in, do one more, and reverse. And you might start feeling a little bit of the heat, maybe, in the palms of the hands when we do our energy work. People feel that. That's one of the first areas when you start to feel the energy or the chi flowing. There is a point in the palm. Finish up. The Lao Gong right here, and there's one that matches it in the foot as well. And this is when, again, if you ever played with magnets, that feeling, that sensation of there's something there, and we're creating that energy ball. And the beginning ones, when we talked about that, you can visualize you're creating that golden white light and bringing it up and placing it in and just pushing anything that's stuck down. And you can visualize the green light, bringing it in, sending it out, bringing it in, sending it out, just like that. Good. I didn't want to do the whole class in the chair. I just wanted to show you a few of those moves. And these are ones that have been studied and specific for Parkinson's. So you could, again, Google that on the idea of Tai Chi, Tai Chi for Parkinson's exercise. and you'll see some more moves as well. There's lots. The biggest thing is balance. So why don't we, if you can, get out of the chair, because we're going to do a few walking Tai Chi exercises. And this is the basic, the warm-up that we do. And you could actually, I should have stayed in the chair for the warm-up. Just that shifting the weight from side to side. And you don't want to go past if you have knee issues, or even if you don't, you want to keep that proper form and keep the knees so they're not, you're not overextending any knee tissues or cartilage or whatever. So we're shifting the weight like that. The Tai Chi walking, we're just going to lift up and just step out. And we're not going to critique it too much. Just that idea of it's 100% solid. And then as soon as you drop it, here comes the weight shift back onto that foot. Now, put the weight on there. And this is that 60-40 we talk about in Tai Chi. So 60% of the weight's on that front foot. Arms are just relaxed down to the side. I saw a guy, he did it with his arms behind his back. And that would be a little bit trickier for balance, but if you're comfortable and you want to challenge yourself, do it with the back. Then weight goes onto that, your foot on the back, and just 45 out that front foot. Put the weight back on it, and we're just going to come stepping up and stepping out. And there's that weight shift onto that front foot. Weight shift onto that back foot. A little 45-degree out angle. Weight onto that front foot. Bring it up and stepping out. Heel, toe, weight shift. Weight shift to the back. 45. Stepping up. Stepping out, heel, toe, weight shift. And that's a great one. And again, that's the speed that you want to be doing it at. A simpler one could be just that heel, toe, bring the feet together and stop. Go with the opposite foot, heel, toe. They don't have to be large steps. Bring them together and stop. Heel, toe, together and stop. We'll do one more. Heel, toe, together and stop. Now you go backwards. So this is where it's that toe, weight now on the heel. Light foot comes up, steps back, toe, heel. Weight's on the back foot. Front foot comes up. Steps back. Weight shift. So you might need to have a little bit more room in your living room, or if you're outside, it's going to be a little bit trickier. You'll find something level, something firm to be on. You don't have to have any special equipment or weights or clothing or anything like that to do Tai Chi. So the simplest movements, that up, in, and down we do. And this helps with balance. It helps with calming the mind. If your mind is calm, your body's relaxed, you want your body to heal. Give it time to heal. Don't rush through your exercises. Don't rush with the breathing. And these are just very simple exercises to do. That idea of drawing up, coming down. And if you want to visualize light and energy and chi, that's fine. Otherwise, just think of it as a nice way to warm up exercise. Just like that. Good. All right, everybody. I just want to remind you of the Monday classes at the Northbridge Senior Center, Plummer's Place, home of the Northbridge Senior Center. It's got a big title. They have a lot going on there. You got to go down and check it out. They have a lot of services. They have a lot of fun, just classes. They have a little store down there. What do they got? Cribbage. They got pool. They got a nice kitchen. So, and again, they can help you with your computer. They can help you with taxes. The list goes on and on. You know about it. So, all right, get down there. And if you can make it Mondays, that's great. If not, they have other classes to check out. So, until next time, it's Tai Chi for you.